What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Pages with Paige, and today we're going to be doing the 7 Deadly Sins book tag. So this was originally created by Bookishly Malyza, but their original video is unavailable. So I'm going off Katytastics video, which was quite a while ago. Let's dive in. The first of the sins is greed. What is your most inexpensive book? What is your most expensive book? So I buy from charity shops, so a lot of mine are like 50 cents, less than 25 cents if I've got it in a good sale, things like that, as well as getting ARCs. They're free. So I don't really know which one's my cheapest. But yeah, I've definitely come across a few amazing buys in my time. But the best one that I have bought is the Death Note all-in-one edition. It retails for about 50 Australian dollars and I managed to get it for $7 from the actual bookstore. So there was a sale going on, I had loyalty credits, I was a staff member, and so it just brought it all the way down to $7 and I'm still proud of that fact. In terms of most expensive, I would think my copy of Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett is the most expensive. Reason being, Terry Pratchett signed, first edition, still in pretty fucking good nick. Like, it doesn't look brand new, it doesn't look new, but it doesn't look like it's been beat around the bush. This would go for the most if I were to sell it online. I think I looked it up and it was sitting at about $100 to $150, $200, and that would depend on the buyer. Also, I need to get Neil Gaiman to sign this because that's amazing. I'm also not going to sell it. In terms of what I've paid for myself, would probably be A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. This was $80 and I can't remember if that included shipping or not. I don't think it did. I got the Our Creative exclusive edition and I thought I was gonna love it. Unfortunately, not so much. It's the same with the toll. So yeah, this is the $80 book that is in my possession. The next question is Wrath. What author do you have a love-hate relationship with? None. I either love them or I hate them. So there's really no in between for me. I suppose if you want to go with a series, the Ink or Skin series by Alice Broadway. Adored Ink, was fucking fantastic. Really enjoyed Spark. Did not like Scar at all. So I'm really disappointed in it. But like, I don't hate the author because of the series. I just hate the fact that these are so beautiful and I want to unhaul them because I didn't like the last, but I can't because they're so pretty and I'm not ready to let this go because I loved Ink so much. Next up is Gluttony. What book have you devoured over and over again with no shame whatsoever? I don't reread much. I think I've done maybe 2 or 3 rereads this year, this being one of them, but this I read every year without fail. It's one of my favorite books of all time, so like, yes. The next is Sloth. What book have you neglected due to laziness? I really want to read this, but also, yeah, it's a funky chonky. I am concerned about my well-being while reading this. I'm too lazy to read an over 1,000-page book. That is just not my jam. I like short and sweet. I know that I'm going to adore this, or I'm hoping that I'll adore it. Yeah, I've definitely been putting it off because I'm too lazy to read this behemoth. The next is Pride. What book do you most talk about in order to sound like a very intellectual reader? Yeah, no, none of them. So, I am inept at sounding like an intellectual reader. Words and I just don't see eye to eye, and I am very inarticulate with what I say, considering the fact that I don't script my videos. It's all just off the tip of the tongue, and most of the time that backfires in my face badly. So yeah, I don't feel like I sound like an intelligent reader because if I'm feeling all the emotions about a book, I won't be able to articulate it either. I think the one recently that I was editing, I was like, oh wow, I actually sound like I got across the points that I was trying to say, was Know My Name by Chanel Miller, but this lends itself to being able to talk about it well because it is so well written. But again, I don't feel like I do any of the books that I talk about justice just because that's not who I am. Mostly I'm thinking to my anticipated releases video that I did last month. I wasn't happy with how I sounded and the way that I talked about these books because I was excited to read them, but I really didn't have much to go off and I couldn't explain what it was. It was mostly just vibes. So yeah, there is not many books that make me feel like an intelligent reader. I know that I am and can comprehend challenging texts. Well, don't ask me to reread the Iliad though. But like, I can get it, but explaining that to someone else and doing it off the top of my head is something that is not my area of expertise. I also don't want to script my videos because I feel that it doesn't match who I am as a person. So I'm happy with the fact that I can't express myself well, but also at the same time with anticipated releases and things like that, where I actually do want to be able to be like, here guys, these are the things that I'm excited for. I want to be able to give you a why rather than I'm excited, here, have my enthusiasm. So yeah. And the next one is lust. What attributes do you find most attractive in male or female characters? So one, let's fix this, shall we? What attributes cause you to experience attraction to characters? I know these are old questions, so I'm just trying to make them as inclusive as possible, and I don't think we need to specify whether it be male or female. Also, I'm bi. I like everyone. That's what I'm rephrasing it as. What attributes cause you to experience attraction to characters? And for me, yeah, if I'm gonna be attracted to any, it's gonna be a dark broody type, like a Hades from Katie Roberts or a Sarah J Maas. I can't help it. I like the broody dark characters that give me a lot of angsty vibes without being like dickheads. They can be dickish, but they're not dickheads. I don't know if you can tell the distinction, but I know the distinction between the two. There's a difference between being an asshole and being a playful tease that gets you worked up and can be like dickish in that way without being like an asshole. But yeah, I hope you get it. Or maybe like Claire from Library of the Unwritten. I don't really find myself attracted to the appearance that was described in the book. It was more her personality and just who she was that sort of lent itself to me really enjoying her character. And the final question is envy. What books would you most like to receive as a gift? Anything from my wish list, really? Oh, in a few days you will see me updating my dream wish list, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I think, like, you know, those really fancy illustrated editions of Robin Hobb would be lovely, or the Katie Roberts series. Even though I've already read the first 3, I would like to own them and I want her to be supported. I'm just not quite there at purchasing it myself yet, so that would be a great gift. That was the 7 Deadly Sins tag. I really enjoyed this tag. It was creative. I will leave a link to the original question and my altered question, so if you want to do it, feel free to use either question, whatever you feel most comfortable with. If you want to stick with male and female, that's fine. For me, I was like, let's change this. Let me know in the comments, what is your sloth book? What have you been neglecting due to laziness, and do you want me to kick you up the ass to read it? Because I certainly can help you do that in the comments. The code word for today is no. So K-N-O-W, not the word no. Stop. No, it's I know things. If you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of this mess, I am posting a video every day in the month of August. So if you subscribe, you'll definitely be able to see all of that. And I'll hopefully see you in my next video tomorrow. Bye!